September 2nd, 2003. That day will always stick with me because it was a life-changing day.
At the age of 8 years old, Tanner came to the realization that his journey would not be the same as most his age.
Do I have to be the one? Why am I sitting out at practice? Why do I have to go back and swim when I could have done it right then, but I can't do it right then? So anger, I think, and a little bit of embarrassment. He really didn't want to share with anybody. He didn't want anybody to know. I remember sitting somewhere and giving himself a shot in his leg under the table so nobody would see.
I never really thought that I would actually make such a substantial impact as I have, but when I receive emails or Facebook messages from diabetics and from athletes who live with type 1 saying that they saw my first SportsLink video or that they read articles about me through JDRF, and they're so impressed with my advocacy work and how I really try to help them stay motivated.
Well, it's 9:20 on 11/11, and I'm sitting right now in the Scandinavian Airlines first class lounge. Can't believe that my next flight is going to Copenhagen. I know I've always wanted to be an international spokesperson for Type 1, and now that I'm actually given the opportunity to speak at such a prominent event, I'm ready to make the most of it and seize the day.
Yeah, it's amazing the progress that he's made, the contacts that he's involved with, and just to be invited to Copenhagen for that talk was incredible.
To board first class, we'll see what it has in store in just a few moments.
There was a lot of pressure, but I wasn't fazed by the pressure because when I was diagnosed at 8 years old, I went to my first JDRF walk a week after my diagnosis. And when I was 9 years old, I was a youth ambassador for JDRF. So I've been involved with the organization for such a long time. And I'm so passionate about JDRF and about diabetes advocacy that when I'm speaking about the organization and about what we're doing to help all diabetics, it's really humbling because I feel as though I already know what's going on.
We're here, just touched down in Copenhagen, ready for World Diabetes Day, walking into the Copenhagen airport right now.
Everyone here has already been so nice, so welcoming, and we'll meet our driver in just a few minutes.
I went through the airport, they had a taxi for me with Tanner Barton on it, feeling very professional. They took me to the hotel from the airport, and I check into the hotel, and it's very exciting to just be in an international country. I go up to the hotel, try to get a little rest because obviously I was traveling for 10 plus hours, and I wake up and I get ready for dinner. And I'm eating dinner with Camilla, who is the head of the research and design team at Novo Nordisk, and then Elena, who is one of her colleagues.
Okay, we just finished dinner on Thursday night, getting ready for World Diabetes Day tomorrow. I'm here with some of my great colleagues and friends at Novo.
I am Elena, and I am so much looking forward for tomorrow, the Diabetic Day.
And I'm Camilla, and so am I. I'm so happy to be here with Tanner as well. It's so cool.
Thank you. So we are excited, we're ready to go, and we start off tomorrow afternoon with the walk.
They were pretty impressed with views of a patient and a type 1 diabetic and an athlete and a college student. And they, after that summit, they asked him to come to Copenhagen, which was, I'll never forget, he got an email and he was coaching swimming in our summer league in Dublin, and he called and said, guess what? They want me to go to Copenhagen.
I think something that came as a result of the summit and something that we really discussed was Novo Nordisk's drive to help cure type 1 diabetes. And I know we also discussed in the summit how we can make that message more, how we can put that message out in the open and make more people aware of that we're not only here to supply medications and research new therapies, but we're here to help you obtain those therapies and ultimately cure type 1 diabetes.
After walking all morning, I finally made it here to the colored houses of Copenhagen. You can see that they're even decorating for Christmas right now. It's such a breathtaking view. This is the postcard of Copenhagen. Well, I'm back in Indy. That was probably the quickest but most exciting 48-hour international trip that I've ever taken. It's always a good sign too to be back in Indiana, to get ready to work hard, and you know you're loved when your teammates are here to pick you up. So we'll see if JD's outside ready to take me back to good old Muncie the Funcy. Hey, JD came to pick me up from the airport after he just killed it in the 1,000 free at Red and White.
I asked him if I could be a chaperone. I think it'd be great to just be a part of his life.
We're not going to go from where we are now to having a cure. And when I talk about a cure, I'm referring to a complete restoration of my beta cells. And I'm referring to that 7-year-old Tanner who didn't have to worry about carb counting and didn't have to worry about testing my blood sugar and worrying if my blood sugar was going to go low in practice or if I would be high before a meet. It would reverse everything physiologically in my body, but it would also eliminate that burden and the fear of living with type 1 diabetes every day. So I do think a cure will be discovered in my lifetime. I would love it. I would love for it to be sooner rather than later, but I think we're currently on the right path because now patients, patient organizations like JDRF, pharmaceutical companies like Novo Nordisk, we're all working together and we all have that same mission, which is to turn type 1 into type 9.